I didn't plan on watching this film. I am not a fan of the Godzilla and King Kong movies. Like, I don't really care for them. When I saw Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire, I did not care much for it. And in my mind, I was not even ready to see it. I did not plan on seeing it. But yesterday, I wanted to watch something and I didn't know what to watch. And I stumbled upon this movie and I said, okay, let's watch it. So that's why I'm here today. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. In this video, I want to talk about Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire. This film is basically what the title tells you. When you hear Godzilla X Kong, there's one thing that comes to your mind. Godzilla and Kong teaming up together to fight a bigger villain or something like that. And that's just basically what this film is. Godzilla and Kong versus a new villain. This one is a sequel. This is a sequel to the Godzilla versus Kong movie that came out some time ago. I can't remember the year in particular, but it came out some years ago. And this film, one thing I appreciate about it is that because I did not watch Godzilla versus Kong, I could still follow the story because there are some movies that if you don't watch the first movie, you'll not be able to understand the second movie. And although there are some moments that they talked about some things that I did not get or I did not know about, but it's not something that happens so often. So you can watch this film without the knowledge of the first movie, the Godzilla versus Kong movie that came out some years ago, and you still have a good time watching it. And I have to say, I enjoyed this movie. Not It's not a movie that blew my mind or anything, but I enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed seeing the monsters fighting themselves. I think that's what you watch this kind of movie for. You watch this kind of movies to see the monsters fighting each other. But there was one thing that I wish they had done better, and that's the way they explored the stories of the humans. The humans in this film, they did not have much to them. They felt like they were just used to explain the things that are going on. Maybe because the animals or the titans, like they call them, they cannot talk. So they use the humans to tell us what is going on in the minds or what is going on with the titans. So it's something that I felt like was not good enough. The story behind humans, they could have done better with that. Especially the part of the Iwi tribe. There's a tribe called the Iwi tribe in the movie. It just felt like they were just there for exposition. And when they served their purpose, the filmmakers did not know what to do with them anymore. So there's just so many of them and they're not adding anything to the movie. So that's one part of it that did not feel as good. But even though the human side was not very good, the chemistry and the banter between Brian Tyree Henry's character and Dan Stevens' character was something I liked seeing. They added some levity and some humor to this film that I liked seeing, especially Brian Tyree Henry. I don't think I've seen him play a role like this, or maybe I have seen him play a role like this, I can't remember. But it was just a role that I enjoyed seeing him in. It was honestly of the main characters, of the human side of the characters, it was the one I liked seeing the most, and I liked his performance, and it made me laugh sometimes. So yes, I like this part. But saying I like this part does not mean that I had a lot of things to do in the story. They could have easily cut out the humans, and the story would be the same thing that we got. So those human parts was just could have been done better, basically. Another thing I like about this film is the way they explored Kong. They made him like a human character. I mean, it's not human, but it made him seem very human. They added some humanity to his character. Like he was dealing with some things of loneliness, being the last ape of his race, dealing with loneliness and some other human things that he was dealing with. Those things made him much more interesting to watch and added some humanity to his character. And that was something I really liked, the way they explored Kong. And for Godzilla, Godzilla just felt like he was just there to let us know that okay, yes, this guy too is here because there was nothing going on with him. He was just going around collecting energy, and I don't know, that did not add much to me for the character. So the character of Godzilla just felt like he was just there throughout the whole film because they wanted him to come at the end of the film, but they could have done something better with his character. But Kong was a very interesting character. Honestly, I think Kong was the most interesting part of this film because of the emotions that he went through, the things, the loneliness, the human things he went through in this film. And honestly, I like seeing Kong. And one thing I liked with the way they explored Kong and the other apes, the way they were communicating, that was one thing I really liked. They did not communicate with words like if you watch Planet of the Apes, those apes they communicate with words. But these apes they don't do that. Like they cannot talk obviously, so they communicate by grunting and just whoo you know, those kind of things. That's why they communicate, and it feels very fresh to see because you see what they are doing. You see them as they are making all these gestures and all these things, and you can understand what they are trying to say to each other. Like there's no interpretation, there's no subtitles, nothing. But you just see them interacting, and you understand how they are communicating. And I like that. It was very interesting and made me feel like, yeah, me say I'm smart. I understand what these guys are saying, and it makes me smart. Honestly, I don't know. It makes me smart to think that I can understand what animals are saying, and that was something I really liked. with the way they explored the communication between the apes. I have to see more things like that when they do movies about apes and animals. It's going to be a very fun thing to see them just interacting without them using words, and I like that. There was one thing that did not sit well with me at all in this film, and it was the way the animals or the titans, like they call them, the way they kept destroying everything. They destroyed so many things in this film. And what even got me the most was that sometime in the beginning of the film, one of the main characters, she said that the titans are saving humanity from other titans, basically. And I see these titans that are saving humanity destroying the world, and I'm like, which humanity? What part of humanity are they saving? Like, you're killing millions of people to save other people. Are you really saving humanity like that? Because you see them destroying buildings, destroying roads, stepping on cars, stepping on, just destroying the whole city. And I'm like, what the fuck are these people doing? So how are these animals? How are these titans? How are these titans saving humanity? And that's something that did not just make sense to me, because the killing was just so much. Like, obviously they didn't show the people that were dying. They didn't show the humans or the humans that died. They didn't show them. But you could see that nobody will survive all this chaos and all this mayhem. So it's something that did not sit well with me, and to something that was just constantly rolling at the back of my mind while I was watching this film. And yeah, so something that really hindered my enjoyment of this film.